Hi, I'm Dawn, and this is where Shabby meets Bling. I'm getting ready to make a couple of standing potted corn shucks for my fall party.
You are watching 1313 Mockingbird Lane, a vintage Halloween playlist crawl. I would like to thank my co-host Monica from Up All Night DIY. You're going to find the link to her channel as well as this playlist in my description box below.
So I've gathered up everything I need to make my corn shucks.
I have a couple very large pots, some bamboo, some PVC, burlap bags, raffia, and wire, plus some other things.
Let's get started.
I'm going to take my very large pots, and they are a blue color that I don't want to see. I'm putting them into these really cool grain bags. They are brand new. I just picked them up at a flea market. And then I'm going to add my giant PVC. The PVC is going to take up space in the pot as well as hold my structure in place. To disguise my PVC, I put an old burlap bag around it. Then I start filling in with bamboo and corn stalks, old corn stalks, and extra sticks of any size I can find that are going to be tall. They're going to take up space. Then I start adding more and more of my corn. I don't have much, so I have to really fool the eye here, a little trompe l'oeil, to make this thing look much bigger than it truly is. I just keep adding and adding until I get to the point where my little bag is full. I tie it around the middle on occasion to keep things exactly the way I want them, and then I'm going to start to decorate using the limited amount of corn that I have. I tie different ears together to make it look like there's more than what's there. Then I will be making a giant bow out of raffia. Time to go get straw. This is one of my favorite things to do because depending on where we go, we get to see different animals that we don't normally get to see. And at this location, we got to visit Peacocks. Now this is a mama peacock and her baby. And that baby was so tiny and so sweet. It was really something to get to see it. And then not only mama peacocks, but they had daddy peacocks as well with all their bright colors. The males are not as showy in the fall as they are in the spring and summer. They have lost those beautiful tail feathers by this time, but still gorgeous. I have a full truck bed of straw, and I am going to make something out of this straw. I do put huge bales all over my yard for decor, but I want to do something special with the straw. I am cutting the strings, the twine that holds it together, and I'm going to be dividing it out into sections. I get a good idea of how much I want, and I put my hands in, I run some wire down through it. I twist the wire as tight as I can, and then I will come back and go the other direction with twine, and I do it a couple times over. And here you can see it mid-process. Now it's time to add a little bit more wire. And I will also be wrapping it in this beautiful burlap. You can see I have some very long wire sticking up out of the top of my little straw bale, and that's to secure my burlap ribbon. And here I roll the ribbon around upon itself a few times before I take it through that wire, and that's so it won't fray. We can't have the ends of it fraying. This burlap is a really light weave, so I am making sure that it is very secure on the top of my little straw bale. I use the same process on the other side of the ribbon, and once it's in place, I will put another piece of ribbon around the other direction of this little bale. And you can see how tight it is getting. I want it nice and tight and firm, and I still want it to be square. After this, I will make a bow for the top of my little straw present. I've completed the messy part, so now it's time to bring my little straw bale inside. And you can see the bow that's on top. Now I'm enhancing the straw bale, because just a burlap bow does not a pretty present make. I am using picks from a long time ago. I've had these forever and a day. Can't tell you where I got them. Probably Hobby Lobby. I am using some apple stems and some wheat stems, but they are all fall, all harvest-like, so they will blend in beautifully with the straw and the burlap. I am cutting the stems appropriate length, and I'm letting the straw work as styrofoam. I'm using a chopstick to make holes where I need to put my little stems, and adding a bit of hot glue to make sure my stems do not move until I want them to. I'm basically making an arrangement on top of this straw bale. I work on both sides because I am going to be placing these things at different locations in my yard and on my porch, and I want them to look beautiful from all directions. I make sure all my stems are nice and firm, and it's pretty much finished. You'll see more when I take her outside. This is my first pumpkin run of the year, and these are just a few. I'll probably go back again because it seems like a lot as we're sitting in the back of my truck, but I'm gonna need more. My yard is pretty darn big, and you can see some of the varieties. I love that. It looks like a bunch of peanuts glued on top. Hey, I just gave away an idea. Okay, I might try that. Here are my big guys, and they don't look so big, but you consider how deep a truck is. Those white pumpkins are probably 30 pounds each. And I am going to use these beauties to decorate parts of my yard and my porch. Now I'm going to use all of these items, plus a few other things, to make my fall bar. My outside, my exterior fall bar. I start with 2 old shutters, 2 old doors, and an old mirror. The doors were salvaged from my home. The shutters and mirror were thrifted. I add a metal coffee table base, which was a roadside find, and a wood board in front of it. Then comes a bale of straw. That old piece of wood not only looks cool and rustic, but it holds my straw in place. Then comes a second bale of straw. Now for a couple garden gate finials to hold my bar top in place. The bar top is barn wood that was cut down. Then I added a couple scrap pieces of wood and 2 thrifted handles on either end. A couple thrifted hooks on each door, some grapevine and some lights. I add one of my corn shucks, then the other corn shuck, a piece of glass on the top of my bar, some more lights. Here comes a pumpkin and another pumpkin. I hang a clearance jack-o'-lantern lantern and his matching partner in crime. How about a beautiful mum in a Galvy bucket, a thrifted wrought iron hanging bird cage, some ears of corn, pumpkin, and another pumpkin. All that is left to do is add my beverages and glasses, ice, and anything else that I wish to serve my guests. I am ready for fall entertaining. Let's go check out all my outdoor decor. Here is one of my straw gift bales and a nice close-up of the bow and all the picks that I put inside. I have these placed in many areas around my yard, and I'm telling you, they really do well on the resale market, so you might want to think about that. I did pick up this strange little item resale. It is supposed to be a wall hanging that is like grass. It's metal, but it's supposed to be grass-ish. So I took it, I gave it a coat of paint, I flipped it upside down, and I put a metal handle on it. So now it is a metal broom, a metal witch's broom, and I have it displayed here with another one of my gift straw bales. Let's take a look at our bar. Here she is, all ready for entertaining. There's glasses, there's beverages. I even have a Galvy bucket of ice ready for anybody that would like to make a mixed drink. I also set up a food table not too far away. You've been watching 1313 Mockingbird Lane, a vintage Halloween playlist crawl. I would like to thank my co-host Monica from Up All Night DIY. You're going to find the link to her channel as well as this playlist in my description box below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, share it with your family and friends and anyone that loves Halloween, fall, outdoor decor, and entertaining. You can follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to check out my shop on Etsy. Leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support my channel. But for now, this is Dawn with Shabby Meets Bling. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.